I just had to know why NASA is the home of the world's largest flame retardant green screen. Which, of course, I get fact checked, and then they say, no, we had Big Easy Studios in our facility filming a few movies, but it's the court case mentioned at the bottom that had me really interested, which we'll get to that, and man, it's condemning. Big Easy Studios has everything you need for your next major studio or independent project. So they're a company that helps studios get their footing.
We also have Big Easy Productions, and they do movies that I can't talk about right now, but they also do movie productions here as well. So,
what? Why can't you talk about it? Taking a look inside Meet You facility, you'll see the green screen and you'll see the inside of their stage studio, which just so happens to look exactly like Warner Brothers' stage studio. And on the B-roll footage, when they went inside Meechow, they showed a lot of the effects that Meechow uses in their production, showing that they can augment reality right in front of your eyes. They show you they can make a spaceship appear out of thin air. They show you that even the rockets that you see on television could possibly be this CGI effects that they apparently use throughout this whole presentation in their B-roll footage. Faking gravity by having people hold on to their hair, faking the inside of shuttles, and the list goes on. We're talking about layered footage, green screen, CGI, the whole 9 yards that we always accuse NASA of doing. And now you see that they do it with ease. Here's some footage of them utilizing the world's largest green screen. And I want you to take note. Look at this harness. You see how it's sitting on this person and it's going up under the legs like that's actually a ZFX flying effects harness. ZFX specializes in movie harnesses. This is that harness that was being used. It's the 3-point harness. And looky there, NASA is on ZFX client list. Notice where these wires extend from. And look where this astronaut grabs this other astronaut right at the waist, where that harness has its wires. This is their background picture on Facebook. And take a good look at this. Look familiar? Now pretend you're standing about right here. You'll realize that it's Big Easy Studios. So what came first? Big Easy Studios or NASA?
how about size? How does it compare size-wise? Stage 2 is 13,000 square feet, which is comparable to many. And this stage is 31,000 square feet, which... I mean, the visual effects budgets for movies have gone from a few million to tens of millions. So, you know, we have rocket scientists and all that kind of stuff working on movies. So, you know, we have rocket scientists and all that kind of stuff working on movies. So...
Now on to this court case, which you can find online and read yourself. So Big Easy Studios takes NASA to court and says, look, you should have extended our lease agreement. We made so many improvements to your facility, NASA, and we had movie commitments with you. So Big Easy Studios wants to question NASA on some training material that Big Easy Studios taught NASA employees. And NASA asks to be shielded from having to discuss these said training materials. And Big Easy Studios is upset that NASA is taking Big Easy Studios training material, teaching their new employees, but only special access credentialed NASA employees can access these training courses. NASA does not want to talk about this training course. They are seeking protection from having to discuss it because they don't want to have to go through annoyance, embarrassment, oppression, undue burden or expense. Think about that. It's going to be pretty annoying when the truth gets out. Everyone finds out you're a film studio and they start riding your butt, auditing the crap out of you. And it's going to be pretty embarrassing that you lied all this time. And yeah, you're probably going to go through some oppression. You're going to be oppressed by the people. And undue burden or expense, well, $62 million a day. Yeah, taxpayers are going to want that money back.
Believe it or not, they process 1/3 of the federal government payroll, and that's over $200 billion every 2 weeks that runs through this particular facility.
So what, did NASA just hijack these people's film studio and just take it over, or what? There have been so many articles coming out recently about how people should not do their own research because that might lead them to believing in conspiracy. Look, here's the thing. If we do our own research, we'll find discoveries like this, and it makes it a lot easier to audit a place that has been lying to us all this time. They show you in public footage, the B-roll footage where they're showing you how they CGI make everything. You know, NASA's a film studio. And the sooner we expose this, I encourage you guys to find this court case, make your own content on it, or share this video. You know, they've been doing this for how long now? And we have all of these pieces, all these moving parts now that connect together. And we see that they've been duping us. How many coincidences before you realize and you say, okay, fine, I've been lied to. Now let's handle it. Let's handle it and let's just get justice. And at the very least, get your taxpayer dollars back. Undue burden or expense. That's what they're worried about. They don't want to talk about how they were trained to do all this stuff because they're afraid of being embarrassed, okay, and having to pay you back and being oppressed by you. Wow.